Hi, welcome to Send to Print. Today I'll show you how to model a honeycomb storage box with a solid margin in Fusion 360. I've actually made a video before on how to parametrically model honeycomb patterns using math formulas. But today we're going to look at a much faster method. While it's not parametric, it involves zero math, and you won't even have to sketch a single hexagon yourself. Without further ado, let's dive right in. First, a quick heads up about the recent Fusion update. When starting a new file, you'll now be asked to choose between part, assembly, or hybrid design. Basically, part restricts you to a single component, and assembly is for combining existing ones. But if you want the classic flexible workflow we've always used, just select hybrid design. It works exactly like before. Now, right-click the root directory in the browser and select New Component. Let's rename it to Honeycomb Box. First up, we need to draw a sketch. Select the XY plane and grab the rectangle tools, specifically the center rectangle, snapping it right to the origin. Draw a rectangle with a height of 50 and a length of 70. I'm going with a relatively small size here just to make it easy to do a quick test print later. Finish the sketch and rename it to Box Bottom. Now, use the shortcut E to extrude. Select the rectangle we just created and pull it up by 30 millimeters. To hollow it out, find the shell in the toolbar, select the top face of the box, and enter a wall thickness of 1.5 millimeters. Okay, now we're getting to the honeycomb pattern. I know sketching hexagons can be incredibly tedious, which is why I want to introduce a plugin called Hexagon Generator here. You don't need to sketch anything or manually extrude. It automatically generates the hex holes for you. I've put the link of the plugin down in the description so you can just click it to download and try it yourself. And by the way, it's completely free. Anyway, back to modeling. Once installed, you can find it right under the Create panel. Let's click that hexagon generator and give it a try. Select the right face of the box. Here you need to watch out. Even though our design units are set to millimeters, the radius and offset are fixed to centimeters. Let's dial the radius down a bit to 0.4 centimeters, which is 4 millimeters, and keep the offset unchanged at 0.2 centimeters. For the body to cut, just select our box. As you can see, the honeycomb holes go right through the whole box, and the edges are all broken up. This is leaving the box way too flimsy. What we actually need is a solid margin to keep it sturdy. Since the plugin doesn't have an option for that, we might have to build it out ourselves. Before that, let's look at the plugins page again. I did see this picture. It claims executed hexagon cut on a selected profile, and you can see the selected profile right there. This means you're supposed to be able to select a specific profile to leave a border. But when I tried that, for some weird reason, it only generated a single row of hexagons, no matter how small I made the radius. I might shoot the developer an email about this later, but for now, let's just do a manual workaround. Here's my idea. We model the frame and the panels separately, cut the holes on the panels, and then combine them back together. Let's just delete that hexagon generator step from the timeline and try a different approach. First, find the box we created in the bodies folder, right-click to copy it, and paste an exact duplicate. Rename the first body to frame. Hide the second body, keeping only the frame visible. Now, create a new sketch on the front face. I'm aiming for a 5 millimeter solid margin. Use the shortcut O to offset it inwards by 5 millimeters. Rename the sketch to front margin. For the side face, create a new sketch, then select the edges, offset inwards by 5 millimeters. Finish the sketch and rename it as well. Then just do the exact same thing for the bottom face of the box. Press E to extrude, select the rectangle on the front face, set the extent type to all, and choose Cut as the operation type. If it's not cutting properly in the preview, just try flipping the direction. Then simply right-click to repeat the extrude for the side and bottom faces. And just like that, we've got the frame for this box. Now we need to isolate the panels we want to cut holes into. Go to the Combine tool under the Modify panel, select the second body as the target body, choose the frame as the tool body, and set the operation to cut. Make sure to check the Keep Tools box because we are definitely going to need this frame body at the very end. And there we go, 5 separate panels ready for holes. Since the box is completely symmetrical, we actually only need to work on 3 panels. So I'm selecting the left and back panels, right-click, and remove them. Let's head back to the Create panel and find the hexagon generator again. Select the front face of the box, set the radius to 0.4 centimeters, and keep the offset unchanged. For the body to cut, select this current panel. Okay, our first panel is good to go. Let's bring the frame body back into view, and you'll see how it all fits together with that solid margin. Now hide the frame again, and let's continue cutting holes in the other 2 panels. Just rinse and repeat. Right-click and use Hexagon Generator again. Select the face, adjust the radius, and select the body. Now that we've got the front, right, and bottom panels all punched out, and since the box is completely symmetrical, let's use the Mirror tool. Select the front panel and choose the XZ plane as the mirror plane. Right-click to use the Mirror tool again, select the right panel, choose the YZ plane as the mirror plane, and now we have the left panel. Finally, we are going to use the Combine tool under the Modify panel to merge the frame and all the panels together, but this time, do not check Keep Tools. Just to make the box look a bit more refined, let's add a 1mm chamfer to the bottom. This gives it a clean look and help eliminate elephant foot. This model and the Fusion 360F 3D source file are available on MakerWorld. You are welcome to download and check the source file. Through this file, you can clearly see every step of the modeling and the parameters I've used. Okay, send to print. After about 50 minutes of printing, let's check out our little honeycomb storage box. Looks pretty awesome. We hardly broke a sweat sketching those hexagon holes, all thanks to the Hexagon Generator plugin. Sure, it's not perfect, but we can easily work around that manually, and it is by far the quickest method I've found. Okay, if you found this tutorial helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more 3D printing designs. Let me know in the comments what should I model next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.